Hello, and welcome to Sacred Space. This is an intentional space where we can have soulful conversations about bringing harmony to our inner world and our outer world. My name is Tanai, and I am a spiritual teacher and healer. I'm so happy to have you here. And it's really going to start with our Sacred Sunday Chats, where I'm just reflecting on things that I've either downloaded or channeled that I love to share with you all who are hopefully already a part or soon to be a part of my community. And we can learn and grow together. Anything I am divinely guided to share is going to happen here in this sacred space. So before we get started, I'd love to just start by settling in where we are. It may have been a long day for you. It may have been a long week for you. It may have been a long month or year. Wherever you are, this video is timeless. And I just want to make sure that you are present with me as I am present with you here. So let's take a few deep breaths together. If you want to get nice and comfortable, you can sit down, you can lay down, relax. Let's just take some breaths and bring each other into this experience and into this moment, okay? So you can start by closing your eyes and just taking a big deep breath in and letting it out. And then taking another deep breath in and letting it out. And take your time as you breathe and relax, coming into this present moment with one final deep breath in and let it out. Now, I hope that feels as good to you as it feels to me, because I feel a lot more relaxed and ready to dive into our conversation. So this week, I was inspired to talk about expanding your vision. And this isn't, of course, just for you all. It's also for me, because I feel like I've been in a place where I've just been trying to get by and trying to do the right things to get me in the place that I want to be. I set my goal and I've been real rigid, I would say, in discipline along my journey to get to where I want to. But at some point, you reach your goals. I recently purchased a home, which has been my biggest dream. I can recall being very small. You know, some people dream of getting married and some people dream of having children. And that idea did pop in my head here and there, but I always wanted a home of my own. And I can recall ever since I was 18, just planning home ownership, taking classes, and just all of those things. And I finally have one. And we'll talk about that, the home ownership journey, probably at a later time. I finally have a home of my own. And I think along this journey, and even as I continue this journey, the idea of expanding my vision has come into play. And I haven't been feeling, I would say in the last few years, as expansive as I used to feel in my vision. Before, I would sit under the clouds and I would daydream and just stare at the sky, thinking about, oh, this is the life we'll live one day, or this is what my dreams are, and this is how I want to impact the community. And I think at some point, when things got rigid and disciplined, that shifted a little bit, and it was about following step by step to get to the goal and being tunnel vision and locked in on what was in front of me. But I was inspired this week by an experience that I witnessed with my daughter, and it really showed me the power of expanding my own vision and what that could look like. Okay, so boom. The other night, my family and I were eating dinner, and we'd already wrapped up for the night. My daughter's having her little snack before bed. She loves a good drink or juice or dessert, whatever it is. We let her do her own thing and enjoy her sweet tooth in the moment. So I was sitting on the couch just looking at her, and her favorite drink is Arnold Palmer. A little bit of lemonade, a little bit of sweet tea, mix that thing up, and that is her vibe, okay? So she was at the counter sitting and sipping her drink, and she got distracted and knocked the drink over. Beverage went flying everywhere. Now, there was drama, there was tears, but this was especially a difficult time for her because this was the last of the lemonade and the last of the iced tea to make this Arnold Palmer. So she wasn't getting no more. It was over after this. And I watched her and she just cried and sobbed and she said, "This is my favorite juice and there's no more." And I laughed a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, I laughed a little bit. And then I was like, she's really going through it because this lasted all night. The moment didn't just last 5 minutes. It would go off and on. She stopped crying and remember that she spilled her drink again, and this went into the night. And as I stared at her, it was almost as if spirit was like, "Look at this." And she was so locked in on her juice that had spilled in front of her. Cup tipped over, juice right in front. And she was like, "Oh, I don't have any more. I don't have any more. I'm never going to have this juice again." Drama, okay? And I'm looking around and I'm like, wow, if she would just expand her vision a little bit and step outside of this current moment, she would realize that maybe there's something different for her in the fridge. If she would expand her vision a little more, she would see that she had $5 from the Tooth Fairy sitting right next to this drink. She can buy her own drink. If she expanded her vision more, she would see that she had a mom and dad right next to her that give her whatever she wants. You can just ask for a beverage. It'll be here pronto. It'll be here first thing tomorrow. What you want, girl? I got you, okay? And so, but she was so locked in on this juice and all the things that she didn't have in this moment that she didn't even realize the abundance that was in front of her. You got cash. You got opportunities in the fridge. You got a whole team behind you that wants you to have more for yourself if you simply ask for it, or if you just get out your feelings so we can get on with our time, okay? So that brought me to reflect on myself, because I'm trying to learn every chance I get. Every opportunity. My child is a very big teacher of mine, and it helped me reflect on this moment of how in my life have I been so focused and have this tunnel vision that I don't see my own abundance, that I don't see my own opportunities, that I don't see what's in front of me. I haven't been dreaming as big as I can dream because I'm so focused either on what's wrong, that I can't see what's right, or what I don't have, or what I feel are roadblocks. Every day I try to practice gratitude, and I wake up and I thank God for all the things and just life in itself. But life be life in, and sometimes I feel like, of course, I can practice more gratitude, but I want to know, what am I missing? What am I not seeing? And so this week, I'm inviting you to come along with me to expand your vision. And as I expanded on that thought, it got me thinking even more, like, how much am I missing? How much do I not see? So I did some research. I love a good little research session. And so I did some research, got on the Google. And I just wanted to know how much of our vision, or how much is in our world that we actually see and don't see. And so in my Google investigation, I actually found out that humans only see 1% of what's in their visual field. Actually, their electromagnetic spectrum, which is what they feel, see, just everything around you. 1% is what we see. So I took that as, well, first I said, wow, that ain't shit. That ain't nothing at all. We don't see much at all. There's so much going on around us. And if you can think about all the things, if you are blessed and abundant, like we've seen from the example with my daughter, you got a whole team working behind you. Of course you wouldn't see that. And that is what brings in the lesson of trusting the process. Because you might have a whole team behind you working, You might have opportunities on the way. You might have things that are meant for you and that are coming together in ways that you don't even understand because you only see 1%. Humans don't see nothing. So that made me really reflect. And then I had a vision. I'm not a big tarot girly, but I know a little something here and there of the card, the Four of Cups, flashed in my head when you see that man staring at the 3 cups of what's in front of him and so focused on that and not even seeing the cup on the side that is an opportunity waiting for him. And that's exactly how my daughter was sitting. My juice. All the missed opportunities when there's abundance right behind her. So I want to take the time this week for myself to reflect on what ways can I allow God to come in and be of support to me. What ways can I expand my vision? What ways can I be open to support? And there's a few questions I ask myself and I have been asking myself to get through this process, and I want to share them with you. So here they are. So the first question I want to ask is, what if you took a look at yourself from a bird's eye view? Looked at your life. What would you see? And where are you a little too rigid in your life or a little too narrow in your focus? How can you zoom out a little bit? And if you did zoom out a little bit, what would you see differently? Take a moment to think about it. And while you are zoomed out, I want you to see what it is or where it is in your life that you feel stuck or disappointed in the process. Okay? Think about that. Take the time to acknowledge and name what has been bothering you, because we want to identify, we want to let you know, or we want to let that thing know, hey, I see you, and we're going to do something about this. So identify. After you do that, I want you to zoom out a little bit more, and I want you to ask yourself, what is also true, even though that first thing is true, even though it's been identified, what is also true that you have the opportunity to be grateful for? Now that you got that, I want you to zoom out a little bit more, see the team around you, and ask yourself, who or what is around me that can support me along this journey? Also, who can help me if I needed to ask for help? And be open to asking for help. Don't get shy now. And lastly, I want you to zoom all the way out and ask yourself, what might this particular situation be trying to teach me in my life right now? What can I learn? Where can I grow? Where can I heal? What needs to be seen? Spirit, show me. Just ask yourself that. And I like to do this exercise. You can journal it. You can talk out loud. Sometimes it can be helpful to talk directly into your phone, do a voice memo, because it allows you to take a second to just reflect. Sometimes the joy, the answers, the support, everything that you need is right around you. And you just have to see it, expand your vision, and acknowledge it. And this exercise can help. So that was my lesson for the week. And I hope that in me sharing my experience that you take away something from that and that you can reflect on where you have been a little bit too narrow in your life. And so I thank you for being here with me. Let's ground it with some more breath, bring us back to this moment before we get back into life. So if you want to, again, sit back and relax, lay down, whatever it is you want to do, and take another. Well, first, let's close your eyes and take another deep breath in and let it out. Take another deep breath in and let it out. And one last big deep breath in and let it out. Thank you so much for being here with me today. And until next time, I want you to protect your peace, protect your space, and keep showing up for yourself because you deserve nothing but the best. See you later.